So I'm going to go ahead and start talking through some of the ways that you can use the onboarding materials that we've created. One of which that we've mentioned a few times is the template. And so I'll just start sharing my screen again here. So here you are in the process. Step one, you've looked in your collection, you've looked in the whole body of resources that you have at your institution, and you've got kind of an idea of what theme or topic you'd like to address in your resource kit. And from there, we can start looking at the template. And this here is the blank template that we are gonna share out that is also linked in the onboarding materials document. And this is really a nice representation of the process and all of the pieces that you will use to build a resource kit on the platform. But it's conveniently located outside of the platform so that you can really visualize the activities that will make up the resource kit. You can visualize all the different components nicely in one document. So the goal here is to provide really a tool or template in which to list all of the resources that you'll be uploading before you even get started. And that's going to really help with kind of streamlining. What we found is it's very helpful to have a document to help streamline this process. So we hope that it will be helpful to you all as well. Feel free, as Heidi said, I'm going to be going through some of the process that Field Museum underwent in transitioning an existing resource and adjusting it to exist on the MDL platform. But please do feel free to jump in and interrupt me and ask any questions that you might have as I kind of go through these things. So here's the blank template. You can see that the first thing it asks you for is a title. There's also a place to put your resource kit description. Each resource kit is going to include a cover image. You'll determine what subject, for example, social studies or science. And here in these two sections, you can make a nice list for yourself of all the objects that you will ultimately be adding to the MDL platform. Now I'm going to show you a filled out version of this template that we used to make our Tully Monster Mystery resource kit. So here we've got the title selected, the description is very short, and it's just really a kind of something to pique the interest of a student or educator, and also to provide a little introduction to what the resource kit is about. And here I was able to kind of tap the Field Museum's extensive collection that's available on the Global Biodiversity Information Facility, GBIF. So this was a really great staging area. Once we knew that we were going to make a resource kit about the Tully Monster, which is the Illinois state fossil and a very important part of the Field Museum's collections, we were able to start looking at, okay, so we've got some education materials about the Tully Monster, and we also have all these amazing fossils that have been digitized and that we can build into a resource kit to upload onto the MDL platform. So from there, it was about kind of looking through on GBIF and identifying what are the specimens that will fit into this resource kit and that are going to kind of tell the story of the Tully Monster. So there, I'll now show you what the Tully Monster Mystery resource kit looks like on the MDL platform, and I'll be kind of going back and forth from the MDL platform to the template, and you can kind of see how we transition from the idea of the resource kit to filling out the template to then actually being on the platform and creating the resource kit. So here we are on the MDL platform, got our museum page, very nice image there, and the Tully Monster Mystery is on our museum profile. All of you will also have a museum profile that you can update with your logo and museum description. And so here's the Tully Monster Mystery activity. And if you go to the left toolbar, you can see all the different activities that make up this resource kit. You can also see the educator materials. The inspiration for this resource kit was actually an educator material that we had built out on our website, but we were able to bring out new collections items that hadn't been built into a resource kit formerly as part of the build out on MDL. So here we had some of the media that we were going to incorporate in the educator toolkit. We were able to use videos, 2 videos actually, about the Tully monster in a BrainScoop video. Also about the Tully monster that kind of wraps up this mystery that when scientists first found the Tully monster fossil, they didn't know if it was an invertebrate or a vertebrate. And for decades, it really puzzled scientists. We were able to kind of use this educator guide, and we also provide it on the MDO platform in case an educator would like to run this activity. But we've also adjusted some of the kind of topics and ideas that this PDF version addresses and kind of bring it in a new direction on the MDL platform. So going back to the MDL platform then, and out of educator materials, we can see some of the media that we've used. So we have a nice watercolor rendering of what scientists think the Tully monster looked like. We've got some question prompts, images of these really beautiful fossils that we have in the collection, which are objects. So there's metadata associated with these. And anyone interested would be able to go into GBIF and learn more about these fossils through these links. And then we also have these videos embedded as well. Now this is what ends up looking like on the platform, but in order to get it to this point, there was a very extensive process of filling out the templates. So I knew, we wanted to explore the topic of what is an invertebrate versus what is a vertebrate. And we were able to do that using a lot of the beautiful specimens that have been digitized and added to the Global Biodiversity Information Facility. And so I just linked them all here. And that was really helping to streamline whenever I needed to add a new piece of media to the platform. I was able to come to my template, go ahead and navigate to the collection database, I copy the image, and then now I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like to actually upload media. There will also, as we noted, there will be videos to help you with this process that you can refer back to. But once you've identified all the media that you want incorporated, then you're going to go ahead and go into your museum profile, the backstage as we call it, and you're going to start uploading media. So if you saved the image that you will be incorporating, you click the Create Media button, you select the piece of media from your computer, you click Upload, and then that media goes into the staging environment. Now, when it's just media, there's nothing associated with that piece of media. And as we saw in the Tully Monster Mystery Kit, which I will go back to just briefly here, you can actually see all of the metadata that's been included in an object once it's been embedded in an activity. So it's very useful to take your media item and then build it into an object that includes the useful metadata and information and any links that a user might want to use to dig deeper into that object.